Hello and welcome back to another episode of Warframe Rant. I'm gonna probably continue off where I left off last time, just leveling up Harrow here with his Alpha Legion colours, and I'll probably continue doing a couple more Earth. I do need to farm up my the fuck was it? I do need to farm up my excavator. I need to do excavation just to farm up some endo, so I'll be doing that. And today I'm probably going to sort of do a similar thing and also talk on a more of a philosophical level about something fell off my string, about what exactly is wrong with
proceed to the dig site.
Identity politics, because of course Niskizian, Antifa and so on, their whole thing is their identity politics. Kill you. For those who don't know, identity politics essentially is what it sounds like. It's politics based upon your identity. So generally, you know, racist stuff, things based on sex, race, religion, things that is your identity. Of course, the problem with that is your identity basically doesn't tell you anything about you. So when people try to use identity politics, they're using things you can't control about yourself, like, you know, your race and your gender, and using it either against you or using it, well, on the lesser extent, it's already always against you is when you care about it, let's be honest, but in general it is shit because it it basically puts people into a hierarchy, not based off who the person is, as
deployed.
like
the unit while
personality-wise. It is entirely based upon what you, well, what race you are. So if you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're whatever, gay, straight, bloody bloody blah. And it's bullshit because obviously you can't control these things, as I've said a million times before in like the last fucking 5 minutes. So what's the attraction of it? Well, it creates it's a very obvious in-group, out-group mentality. Obviously enough, it's easy to tell if somebody's white or if they're black. You just look at the color of their skin, and you can easily create an out-group, and it creates some form of comfort, so to speak. And in the context that
the scanner has picked up the target. Go to the dig site.
In the context of, with, like, you know, Anita, Antifa, bloody blah, they use it in sort of the way to say that they're oppressed, and that their oppression is unique, and they become, they use, as the terms have been used before, it as a form of identity, oppression Olympics, that's the term, pointing out the fact that they,
look what we just uncovered. Extraction is now available.
I don't want credits, I want endo. I need lots of endo. Reload. And I quite like this gun, that's pretty good. Oh shit, no, I have no ammo for it. It uses sniper ammo, doesn't it? That must be why. Anyway, so yeah, they use it as a form of, they sort of use oppression as, they turn what they perceive as oppression, I should say, into privilege, as they honestly go on about. Saying that if you are oppressed, you get special rights, which kind of defeats the purpose. You're not oppressed if you have special rights. And they try to get proper legal rights for, you know, black people, like affirmative action, which is incredibly illiberal because it's liberal philosophies off the principle of universalism. It's everybody gets something, because if everybody gets it, then it doesn't affect anybody unfairly,
and protected from enemy fire.
which is kind of obvious, but not to them.
Has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
Use my spell score. Yeah, so yeah, so the universalism is obviously the best way to go, because it means that people aren't getting unfairly justified from things they can't control. No one has rights that someone else does not have. And that has a real long pass line. Tell you how my thing is killing first. So anyway, let's get back to topic. Universalism, why it's best. Yes, because people then don't get judged off things they can't control. And people can't use things they can't control as a way of increasing their own power. Everything has to be earned in society, and that's the way it should be. And I see no logical reason why you would want to change this.
Dig complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded.
And let's get talking back about Antifa and how this sort of relates to them. Obviously, they are very much a part of the regressive mindsets that people should be based off the colour of their skin, because historically speaking, these people have been oppressed, and I'm not going to argue with them there, because it's true. Historically, they have been oppressed, but history is not today, and that's something they don't seem to understand. Simple linear fucking time. The past is in the past. The past is not today. The fact that one of your ancestors was a slave 300 years ago does not mean that you are a slave today. And none of those people who had slaves are alive anymore. So, what point are you trying to make? You know. Anyway, of course, I get when they say there's still some form of
is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected
lingering
from enemy
effects,
fire.
so to speak, like the fact that these things
The
existed
scanner has picked up a target.
hurts the
Go
future
to the dig
generations for a while, but I mean, you can quickly turn that around in a couple of generations. A good example is with, say, the Jews and the Jews and how quickly they, like say, they went to America, and within a couple of generations they were incredibly wealthy,
power cell for the excavator.
operating massive positions of authority, wealth, and so on, because their culture placed a lot of emphasis on improving one's own situation, right? So they put lots of importance on getting a good education so you can get a good job, and because they put a lot of emphasis on this, that's exactly what happened. The sort of Aristotelian idea of you are what you do. If you do all you can to do well, you're going to do well. Even if you have some hiccups on the road, if you work for it, you will get it. It's sort of obvious. If you sit there constantly going, oh, I'm oppressed because of this random part of my identity, you're not going to get anywhere. It's fucking simple, fucking obvious. You're just simply not going to fucking get anywhere because you're not doing anything to improve yourself. you have to try to improve yourself. You can't just sit there hoping to leech off other people's work because of something that happened to your great-great-great-grandfather. So, I think I made my point there. Another thing about identity politics is you're sort of not saying anything with your arguments. You're just saying, oh, I'm black, or I'm a woman, or I'm trans, so I deserve this. And it's like, well, why? You essentially just sit there talking about yourself, because if we give it to this person based off this point, then someone else will want something for themselves based off their thing, and it gets back to the whole thing where you might as well just have everybody with it, because if everybody has it, then no one can claim discrimination, can they? And a lot of time these people also go for what is referred to as equality of opportunity. So I might as well talk a bit about that. That's a huge part of their philosophy. That yeah, so basically equality of opportunity, for those who don't know, is basically an opportunity. Oh, actually, I'll talk about opportunity first. Opportunity is basically around that everybody has the same opportunities in life. There's no system holding you back. There's no aristocracy that has unique
look what we just uncovered.
Unique positions in rulership. Everybody has this same possibilities in life. I mean, you may not technically start from the same position. Like, if you come from a rich family, you're going to have a better position. But anybody can work hard enough to improve their situation. Essentially, anybody become the president of the United States, and so on. And actually, I'll do one more because I've still got more to talk about. And yeah, so equality of opportunity is basically saying that people, by law, shouldn't be told they can or can't do something. There should be no laws in place to stop somebody from achieving in their life. Therefore, everybody has equal opportunity because there's no legal system holding you back. Whereas on the exact flip side is equality of outcome. This is what the regressives basically advocate for, that at the end you should see complete equality in who's and what. So if women make up 50% of the population, they should make up 50% of every single job. So they should be 50% of all CEOs, 50% of all politicians, 50% of all doctors.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
Bombard, where are you? I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Hey. I haven't used my distortion. No, not that one. Right, this one. Yep, that's one.
The excavator has lost power. Find another cell.
So yeah, so equality of opportunity is equality of outcome, sorry, is bad because it forces people to take positions they don't want to. Like, if women simply don't want to, say, work in IT, equality of outcome states that, well, they have to. Essentially, the only way to make it work is simply to force people to do what they want to do. Because in equality of opportunity, you don't expect people to want to do the same thing. Because in real life, in the real world, hormones and shit play an important part of somebody's mentality, right? So it's pretty obvious to the scientific world that women and men don't generally want to do the same type of things, because you know, testosterone makes you more aggressive, more confrontational, and so on and so forth. So it makes you much better suited for taking up jobs which are better suited for confrontation, and generally speaking, things that are better suited for confrontation, or even just like manual labor and stuff. These are all better, easier for men to get into. You know, if you're going to be lugging around, say, logs all day, then it's probably going to be a good idea that you have a lot of upper body strength, and women simply don't have that upper body strength, and they can never have it because that's simply biology. Testosterone helps with muscle development. Estrogen doesn't. So, you know, there's sort of you don't expect to have the same thing. But of course, there are going to be women who want to, you know, get into politics and so on, because, I mean, this obviously is women in politics and so on. So, sorry, I'm getting a dry throat from all this talking, but I'm trying to continuously talk so I don't have long periods of silence. You know, and I'm always ranting, so to speak.
Go to the dig site.
And yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so because of biology, you don't really expect to see
the excavator has run out of power. Find the cell.
You don't expect to have the same outcome. But there should be no laws stopping women from wanting to take part in the fields that are normally dominated by men. So, you know, and if there is, like, you know, obvious harassment and so on in these fields, that should be looked at. But it's not, I don't think it is as pressing as people make it out to be. And by people I mean, you know, the feminists and so on, the regressive types. God, my throat's sore now. I'll probably just do this one and then call it a rant there. Okay, that. But anyway, yeah, so so yeah, I think I've just going around circles now. Yeah, but basically because of certain factors, you don't expect to see equal amounts of people taking the same job, but there should be no legal reason why they can't. And if there's discrimination, and it can be proven, that should be taken.
Excavation complete.
Oh god,
Look what we found.
Excellent. I need more than 15, but oh well. Actually, let's drop that and make some run faster. Is there anything else to talk about on this topic? But right, identity politics. So yeah, they want equality of outcome. So they want it all to be equal at the end, which of course means you're going to have to force people to do what they don't want to do. And of course there's also the ironic part that these people could have simply picked to go into more high-paying fields like the STEM fields and engineering and so on, but these women don't. They instead choose to do things like gender studies, and of course that contributes. It's like, for fuck's sake, if you want the money, go into those high-paying jobs, or those high-paying courses. And it's like, well, they discriminate against us. It's like, well, how do you know that? You didn't go into those fields. You chose to go into gender studies and throw away however fucking much money that you threw away. And it's like, fucking hell. Just, you should have just taken the high-paying job in the first place. But I'll continue on with ranting in the next episode, I guess. If you liked it, remember to like and subscribe, share, and so on. Have a good day, and I hope to see you all next time.